religious, you can't help but feel the energy, the joy, the beauty. And, you know, if you're going to decide that, intellectually decide that these people are idiots because they believe in something and they must be, you know, just maybe they're not intelligent, or if they were intelligent, maybe they wouldn't believe if they really knew. It's not logistics, it's not logical. Well, it's not logical. Faith has nothing to do with logic, but neither does love. And for me, it's all the same. And if you can love, you know, your girlfriend, your lover, your husband, your mother, then you could feel the love in that room. And it's powerful stuff. And it heals the world. And you can call it love or you can call it God. It doesn't matter.
These ADHD, sassy butt kids, huh?
Okay.
What's going on?
What you say about your plantation?
This is my plantation. It took me 300 years to get here. Here I am.
Well, take us inside.
Yes, I'll take you inside.
Well, we stayed at a couple different hotels. We stayed at like our Quality Inn, I think at one point.
Sure.
And then when we got to Mississippi is when we stayed at a place called the Magnolia Plantation. So that was a very interesting choice. We thought, this is interesting that, you know, an African-American woman would choose to stay at a place called Plantation. And her response to that was that she has arrived.
Yeah. It's an old plantation. It was nice to be able to go to the front door of the plantation and not have to be the one doing the cooking and the cleaning and all that stuff. So, and plus the rates were reasonable and it was extremely nice. We got to go back. So follow me down the hall.
Okay.
Let me show you my plantation.
And again, just thinking in terms of a legacy trip that this was for her, you know, going back to her hometown, going back to her daddy's church, and then also coming and staying, doing the work that she's doing, reaching the accomplishments that she's reached, and staying at a place called the Plantation.
Anything I can do for you, let me know.
Okay. There's a speck of dust in the table. Just remove it.
Immediately.
There was one time, though, kind of on a more serious thing, is that we went into this restaurant. I don't have any idea where it was, but we overwhelmed it. And it was like a gift shop in one half. Yeah, the Cracker Barrel. And I remember sitting at a table with Delshawn and he wasn't DJ, and Deshay and Ray and me and Maya and Zoe, I think. And we were all sitting at this table and people were staring at us. And it was so weird at first, and then I started to think about it. But then when we were leaving, the choir sang to the staff, and they cried.
Pastor Pat had the choir had a practice when they were done being served at a restaurant or any place. They would gather around the people that served them and sing a specific song of thanks.
We wanna thank you, yes.
Really, truly thank you.
Who you are,
For who you are and all you've done. We wanna thank you.
Cracker Barrel.
Really, truly thank you.
For who you are,
For who you are and all you've done.
we say
Thank you every day.
and we say
Thank
fourth time down with the choir. My family is from Mississippi, so I have been down here a number of times.
Yeah. And you were originally caught in Katrina.
I was, yes.
Were you in the storm?
I was in Laurel, Mississippi, which is 100 miles north of the Gulf Coast.
Sawmill Mall in Laurel, Mississippi, first time they had ever had a black choir. And our choir is not all black, but it has black oriented, so.
Laurel, Mississippi was considered one of the most racially tense counties in the most racially tense city in the most racially tense state in America. Really, I was a little nervous, thinking, "Oh goodness, what are we gonna do?" At that concert, it was the gospel choir who was very rooted in their Christianity, singing their very rooted in Christianity songs. And I remember thinking they would never be doing this in Bellevue Square Mall. It's just, it's just not, because I think even the mayor was there and gave Pastor Pat a key to the city. They had sung in this mall before, so this was a common thing they did. Sunday schools came up to see them. People were stopping, and again I was thinking, gosh, this will be where something's going to be said, and how am I going to deal with that? And, a few people looked and then just kind of walked away, and we did not get into any altercations. That's when I really started to realize that the ministry that we all were doing was simply standing up together and walking into a room as a group, as a whole people, as blacks and whites and Asians together. That was far more transformational than any of the other things that we were planning to do.
Some of those people are so devastated and so down and out, even 3.5 years later, that we just stopped doing what we're doing. We're singing at Lowe's, we sing at Home Depot, we sing in Walmart, we sing wherever the people are gathered, we will sing. And it always lifts the spirits. And that's what we want to do, lift the spirit, lift the hopes of the people, that you're not forgotten.